So each year, one of the things we like to do with the conference is to find an organization that we support, that we like what they're doing, and kind of bring them alongside of us. So this year, we're so privileged to have Pure Gift of God come alongside us, and most of you from the area are familiar with the organization. They do some great work. So we're going to welcome up Larry Yoder, the executive director, to share a little bit more with us today.
All right, we're on. How's everyone doing? Feeling good after lunch? All right. My name is Larry Yoder. My wife and I are the executive directors of Pure Gift of God. And Pure Gift provides grants for adopting families all across the United States, as well as local support and resources for foster and adoptive families. So I want to talk to you just for a few minutes today about how you as a business can support your employees that foster and adopt. So first I would say just be intentional with finding out who those employees are. And then also learn the challenges that they face and then find ways to proactively support them in their journey. So a few challenges I want to talk to you about today is, first of all, it's a financial sacrifice to adopt. You're looking at anywhere from $20,000 to $60,000, depending on the type of adoption. And that's a big chunk of change for someone to go through alone. Any child, whether they're adopted or as a newborn infant or adopted through the foster care system at an older age, has trauma. It's just the reality of it, unfortunately. And so they need access to good therapists and someone to really walk along with them and help them kind of make sense of their world. And the goal is ultimately to have them grow up to be healthy and whole adults. The parents also need good training and equipping to be able to know and understand how to best help the child that's in their home. So that's a big time and financial commitment on their end. Foster parents could have a child show up at their home really any day of the week, any hour of the day. And a lot of times they'll show up with very minimal things, personal items. So at that point, the foster parents are responsible then to go and get the things that the child needs, such as clothing, etc. And then also take the child to appointments, visitations, and court stuff that comes up. And again, another big financial time and financial commitment. So there's times where families end up having to go over an hour just one way to take a child to their visitation, which is with the birth family. One thing that we overlook really easily is the fact that when a child gets reunified, the foster family really goes through a grieving process. And that's something that we want to make sure we give families space to process through, and that takes time. Foster families are often not the type to ask for help. So time and time again, I hear families say, like, well, we chose to do this, so we should be able to do this on our own, whether it's fostering or adopting. We want to be proactive with helping them. And so rather than asking a family like, hey, what do you, let me know if you need something, ask them, hey, what do you need right now? Or just show up. You can show up with a meal. You can show up with, gift cards for local shopping or carry-out places. So foster and adoptive families don't get to go home and check out at the end of the day. It's a 24-hour deal, and it at times can be very physically and emotionally exhausting. That's something to be aware of. So why would a family decide to foster or adopt? Well, the Bible is very clear about helping those who can't take care of themselves. And James 1:27 talks about how religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress. Matthew 25, there's that parable, and most of us know it, and it talks about what you've done unto the least of these, you've done unto me. And we believe it's a tangible way to serve Jesus. So most families who foster aren't sitting around trying to figure out what to do with their life. A lot of them have families and just see a need and decide to do something about it. So here are some ideas for you as an employer. Be aware of the fact that, a parent might show up to work a little bit later because maybe they were up all night taking care of a child that's been through things that we can't even imagine. So having grace. Offer paid time off. Some flexibility in their schedule for appointments and visitations and things like that come up. Normally, the first 72 hours is sometimes the craziest when you get a placement. So offering a couple days off, 2 to 3 days for a placement would be ideal. Set up a fund and get your employees involved. I like the idea of having employees involved in the giving process, and even in helping support the other employees that work there. Pray for them, celebrate them within your organization. Check in with them. Just a simple, hey, how are you really doing, can go a long way. Have your HR department involved. It's important that they know and understand what's going on with your families. And lead by example, having your business donate to organizations like Pure Gift of God. You have Christian Children's Home of Ohio, Fostering Love, and there's other organizations out there that help support families like this. So we have a printout at the table in the back. If you're interested in more information, we have a little bit more detailed printout that you're welcome to grab. But thank you for your time, and thank you for what you do as a local business in our community.